Hey, what's up, digital world? It is your special connect here, Justin, coming to you today with a real talk about perspective. Now, this is called Special Connects, and I wanted to talk about a special connect of mine who taught me an interesting way to talk about perspective. My friend Victoria, hey, how are you doing, Victoria? Is an incredible therapist and human being, and one thing I picked up from her in my knowing her was the language she uses around perspective. And sometimes when we'd have conversations or she'd talk to me about the clients that she'd work with, she would talk about their lens, what lens they're using. Now that I'm doing these videos and I'm trying to work with photography more, I'm picking up a different hobby. Lenses are really interesting, and if you think about it, even on your phone, when you're trying to focus on a great moment, or if you're trying to record a selfie or doing whatever you're doing, the lens is important for what you use and how the picture comes out and what you see. So it's important to talk about lenses because the thing about lenses are it changes the way you see things. And this has been something that's been so monumental in my growth as a therapist, a life coach, as a human being, as a friend. What I find that's really important about that is that whenever I get into a situation with a person, good, bad, whether it's me trying to teach somebody something or me trying to help somebody grow as a person, whether it's me trying to grow or the way I'm feeling in a way about a situation, a lot of times I try to step back and think about the lens that I'm using and the other person's using. So that's what I'm talking about when we talk about perspective, and I think it's something that gets lost pretty easy when we're in the moment. That's why the videos that I talk to you about mindfulness and being present speak to this fact that it's easy for us to get out of our body. It's easy for us to forget about the moment. And when we're in certain moments when our emotions are all over the place, or we're just thinking a lot, or there's other things going on in our lives, that is the perfect time to actually start thinking about what lens am I looking at right now in this situation. And maybe that's a way it can help you either diffuse what's going on if it's a heightened state that you're in, or maybe it helps actually promote you to do something if you have been lax in a certain way. But it's also really good just if you're working with other people to think about the perspective they have when they're coming at you. So when I'm as a therapist and as a person, I work really hard on being genuine and straightforward and very consistent. As humans, we're really good with consistency. We really like rituals, having habits, and I think when people are in the habit of being comfortable with you because they know to expect a genuine person, it really helps. And that's the perspective I have when I come towards any type of challenge, that I think I'm this type of person, and then it helps me to try to know that I will be able to navigate this situation. So when you're working with a client and they're giving you a tough time, or they're not reaching their goals, or they've taken steps back and regressed, or if it happens to be, a pandemic in the world and people are freaking out, or they are stuck home with a lot of people in a cramped space. There's so many things going on inside of a person that affects the way they show up to every type of appointment, any type of session, any part of life. And so it might help you as a therapist or as a person to have this reminder, the seed that I'm planting in your head and hopefully you water every day, the seed to say that we should take a step back to look at the lens and think about what is the lens that they're looking through, and does that help you in the way you talk with them? So I'm going to do another video actually on levels of awareness and what self-awareness is about, but along those lines, you don't know what level of awareness a person's at. You don't know what's going on in their background and why they're showing up the way they are. So take a second to digest, or even to ask. Sometimes it's just easier to ask, hey, is there something else up? Many times I tell with my clients and my students especially that if there's something bothering you, you're more than welcome to let me know, but if it's private, you don't have to share it with me. I just want to have an idea, is there something going on that is affecting the way you are right now? And I find that really helps, that check-in, because you're giving space to say, if you are going through something shitty, it's okay to go through something shitty. Because then how do you work on any goal if you're not in the right place? You know, another video I'll do is about windows of tolerance, but like, how do you get yourself to tolerate what's going on around you? And that's something that's really important to know, and it all helps with thinking about perspective. So I just hope this real talk gave a little insight, or maybe got you to stop and think a little bit, because you might be struggling right now in your personal relationships, your professional relationships, working with clients, and maybe this is just a reminder you needed to hear today, and I hope it was. So keep on working on yourselves and keep on trying to be better than you were the day before, so that you could be a special connect for yourself and for everyone around you, because everyone needs a special connect. Peace.